Hello, let's continue our Sudoku adventure with This Chaotic Lyfe by Randall. So this continues our chaos construction theme week. Hope you're enjoying it. I know my solves have been not perfect because chaos construction can be difficult. I am doing my best though. But yeah, thank you everyone in the comments who are clarifying other ways that these could have been solved or things I might have missed. I do appreciate that because people can read through the comments and learn other perspectives and things like that. So anyway, I don't mind that at all. So what is chaos construction? Well, we do have normal 6x6 chaos construction rules. So what that means is, first of all, we are still a Latin square. So in every row and every column, we are placing the digits 1 to 6 exactly once each. We also have regions hidden in the grid. Maybe this is a region. So the regions, there's 6 of them with 6 cells each. And so every cell is going to be part of one region and only one region. And the regions are 6 in length, and they also contain the digits 1 through 6 exactly once each. Now they have to be orthogonally connected, meaning that every cell in the region shares a border with at least one other cell in the region. So what we can't do is go diagonally here, because this cell here does not share a border with any of the other cells in the region. We certainly can't do this, right? It can't be completely disjoint. But I could put I could extend the region here. I could go here, right? I could go here. We could even just make a normal Sudoku box if we wanted. But the point is that these regions do exist, but they are not given. It is part of the puzzle to find all 6 of them. So how do we find them? Well, we do have these arrows, and digits in cells containing arrows indicate the number of region borders in that direction, not counting the outer border of the puzzle. So, for example, if this was a 3, then we would see 3 borders between regions. So maybe 1, 2, 3, right? And so we would have maybe a region we might have 3 different regions like this. And so we would count 4 different regions like this. We would count 3 borders. If you're curious how I drew these thick lines, that is in the settings. There at the very, very top under tools is enable pen tool. Enable that tool. And then you get an extra mode, which allows you to draw lines in various ways. You can click to get O's and X's. You can put X's on borders. So all very useful things for stuff like this. All right. So that is partially how we're going to discover our regions. We also have 6x6 German whisper lines. So these are these green lines. Adjacent digits on the same green line have a difference of at least 3. So if this was a 2, we need to have this digit, when you subtract 2 from it, be at least 3. So we can't do 4 because 4 minus 2 is 2. We also can't do 1. 2 minus 1 is 1. But we could do 5 or 6 from a 2 because 6 minus 2 is 4, 5 minus 2 is 3. Both of those are fine. In addition to that, German whisper lines are wholly contained within a single region. So all 3 of these cells are in the same region. All of these cells are in the same region. These 2 are in the same region, etc. So that'll help us with the regions as well. And that's it. Those are the rules. There's a link in the description if you'd like to try the puzzle yourself, and I'm going to get started right now. Well, this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cells. I'm going to just make those green. I'm going to just go in order of colors here on my palette. So these are 5 cells in a region. We know the 6th cell is going to be one of these 2. However, we know it can't be this one. This is a nice piece of logic here because it would add these 2 as well, right? A German whisper line needs to be all in the same region. So if I make this green, these would also be green. Now we'd have way too many green way too many cells in the same region. So this is the cell in the region. There's another reason also, which might be interesting. If this were like this, even without this line here, the number of borders this arrow sees is exactly the same as the number of borders this arrow sees because there are no borders in between them. So they'd have to be the same digit in the same column and the same region. That would be bad. So anyway, lots of reasons that this is our first completed region here. All right, I am going to just border the whole puzzle with these lines so it all matches up. Okay. Now we know this cell here has to be in a region and it's not green, right? So we're just going to give this purple. Now we have to grow this region because there's only one cell. It needs to be 6. And you can only grow a region by utilizing a border. And there's only one border in the entire region, so that allows us to grow. So when I say that a region is forced to grow, that means that it needs to be bigger, and there's only one border that it could grow along. And so that purple takes that. Now, we know that no matter where the purple goes from here, there are two options for how purple could grow. It must grow, and it's going to end up taking a cell on this German whisper line. And because the German whisper line has to be fully contained in a region, we have to take all three on the line. So now we have 5 cells in our whisper line, but it could grow here, 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 or here. Sorry, any of these 3 places. Said here too many times. Here, here, or here. But we don't know which one it grows into yet. We do know that this sees one more border than this. So these are consecutive digits, which might be interesting. We can't really do much with that right now. But this is limited, right? It sees one border. It could see one more. We don't count the border edge. So this can see 1 or 2 borders, right? Because we could end up with a border right here. Seems reasonable to have a border there. So it could be 1 or 2. And so now this is just sees one more border than that. So this is 2 or 3. Now, there's something about German whisper lines that are interesting. They're designed this way, which is that they always alternate low, high, low, high, low, high. We don't know whether it starts low or high, but we actually do know that this starts low. Low being from 1, 2, 3, high being from 4, 5, 6. The way to think about that is if you're in the 1, 2, 3 range, let me just add a 3 here for a second. If you're in the 1, 2, 3 range, you can't subtract 3 from any of those digits or more because you get into 0 and less, and those aren't in the puzzle. So you have to add 3 or more. And if you're adding 3 or more, even from the 1, adding 3 skips the 2 and 3, it goes right to the 4. So we end up in the 4, 5, 6 range. And then from 4, 5, 6, you can't add 3, so you can only subtract 3 or more. And so you get back down to the 1, 2, 3 range. So this is low. And I'm going to avoid low-high coloring just because it interferes with our region coloring. But if I need to, I have other techniques, but I may not need to color. So this is in the 4, 5, 6 range. But I will say it can't be 4. That's another special thing about German whispers is the 3 and the 4. So if this was a 4, the only digit that can go with 4 is a 1. Because you have to subtract at least 3. And the only way you're going to subtract 3, you're going to get to 1 already. Can't get lower than that. But that means that this also has to be 1. So these are adjacent. But they're in the same region as each other. Conflict checker doesn't know that, but they are in the same region as each other. So we can't put 2 1s in the same region. So this cannot actually be a 4. Now this can be from 1, 2, 3, but again, it cannot be 3 because we would have to put 4 in all of these. In fact, it has to be 1 because we need 3 different digits that are all, it sees all 5 high digits is I guess what I'm going to say, which means it sees a 4, which means that's our 1, that's our 2, that's a 3. 3 has to go with 6. All right. And either of these could be 4, but one of them is a 4. Now this sees one border, we know that, so that's a 1. And so that is going to put 4, 5. Oh yeah, these are all in the same region. They're not purple, so we might as well give it a color. We'll make that orange. And so now this cell has to be part of a region, and orange is its only option on all sides. And this isn't going to be a 4 because these two are going to be in the same region, right? So this has to be the 5. And this is next to, it can't be next to 3, so it's next to a 2. Now, why couldn't it have been 6? No, I think it could be 5 or 6. I don't know why I excluded 6. I shouldn't have. This is 2 or 3 because it could be 3, 6. I have no idea what happened to the 6 there. Anyway, this is the 3 for the region. Okay, we got to be careful about not giving orange too many cells. So if you think about it, it could take these 2 and then it would be done. If it doesn't take these 2, let's say it takes this one, it's going to have to grow somewhere. And if this is banned, it's going to grow into one of these German whisper lines, and it's going to have to take 2 more. So like if it grew to the right here, it would take this, which then forces it to take this, because they're in the same region, because they're on a German whisper line. And that is 7 cells. So we can't do that. We have to just take these 2 and be done. Okay. This can't be 1 or 2 or 4, so this is 3, 5, 6. I'm not sure if it's necessary to pencil right now. All right, so let's start a region here. Let's call it red. And red obviously it takes both of the German whispers. Now this cell here has to be a 1 because it only sees one border. We know all the borders to its left. And so now this is going to be from 4, 5, 6. It could be any of them. Now, can red avoid taking this one? Oh, this is a 2. Right, I filled it. This is the kind of thing I'm going to be forgetting. I filled this 2 and 3. And so this only sees one border. It has to see this border as well, which means this starts a new region. It can't be the red region or there wouldn't be a border there. So this is our yellow region. Now red has to keep going. It's forced. It has to keep going, and it still has to keep going all the way to here. And so we get this border here. Yellow has two options on where to go. Now we have to be careful about red, because if it doesn't take both of these, it does end up taking this, all three of these, and that's bad. Same logic as this orange. So we're going to put both of these red, and now red is done. And now you can see that yellow has to keep growing. There's only one way to do that. Now yellow could easily just take all three of these, and that might be what happens. We know that there's no border on a German whisper line, so this sees one border, so that's a 1. These are both from 4, 5, 6. Oh, this 6 goes to 1, 2, 3 for what it's worth. Did I miss any arrows that might be helpful at this point? I don't think so. I don't think there's any obvious region growing to do here, is there? So I might have to do some Sudoku. Let's see, what do we have Sudoku-wise? Is there anything obvious to do here? These aren't 3, 6. So these are from 1, 2, 4, 5. They both see a 1. That's not 2. So this is from 4, 5, 6. Okay, so that's high. So this is low. 1, 2, 3. I have all my German whispers marked up with pencil marks, so I definitely don't need to color low high. This column needs 2, 4, 5, 6, but there doesn't seem to be a restriction there. Let's see. We have 1s, a bunch of 1s. I wonder if there's some logic of why this has to be yellow or can't be yellow. Okay. See, purple can grow anywhere it wants. There's got to be digit related. 4, 5, 6. This digit and this digit are the same by region logic, because whatever this digit is can't repeat in any of these cells, but it has to go in the row somewhere, so it ends up here. So these are the same digit. Now, it looks like they'd be anything but 1, unfortunately. It can't be 4 either, because these 4s point down. So let's just mark this then as 2, 3, 5, 6. Ah, it's the 4. The 4s point down here. And this isn't 4 because of the German whisper line. So 4 in this region goes here. That removes 4 from all of these. We get a 5, 6 pair here, so this is not 5, 6. 5, 6 pair here, and also the 4 makes this a 2. So that's not 2. 3 can go next to 6, though. That would be fine. 5, 6 pair places 4 here. That gives us the 5 and the 4, and the 6, because the region needs a 6 still. These are not 5s, so that places the 5 here, which means this cannot be 3. It has to be 2. We're left with the 3, 6 pair. So remember, these two had to be the same. The only thing they agree on is 6, so they're both 6. Oops, I made a mistake then. Did I go too fast on something? 2, 3, 6. This is 5. 5 can't go next to 3. That's a 2. That's 6. That's 3. That's 3. Oh, it's this and this that had to be the same. Sorry. That's what I messed up. Okay, so yeah, I'm fine. That's 5 and 1. That's a 4, that's a 6. All right, we made good progress. Okay, now we know that this isn't yellow because they both have a 1 on them. Wonder how long that's been true. Anyway, so this has to be a new region because it can't be purple either. That's a 1, by the way. So this is our last region, which is blue. Now yellow needs to grow somewhere. Let's draw this border to make that obvious. Yellow has to grow here. Now it has 2 options for where to go. Blue needs to grow as well. It might have to do with what digits we still need. This is fillable. This is a 3. This is a triple for the row. It might clean up further. We need 2, 4, 5. That's not a 4. This can't be a 5 because of the 5 in the region. This is a triple. We have 1. We need 2, 4, 5. That's not a 4. This whole column is 2, 4, 5. That's not a 4. I keep saying that's not a 4 a lot. 2 or 5. So this could easily be a 5, and then purple would complete. This could also be a 5. This could also be a 5. Oh no, this is a 2, 5 pair. So this actually has to be a 6, which means it is not purple. So it has a border with purple. And it can't be blue either. Blue has a 6, so it has to be yellow. That means yellow takes one of these two, but not both. If it took this one, this would be isolated. It can't it could be purple actually. Ooh, never mind. Yeah, we don't know where purple grows yet. So we don't know how yellow connects. Sorry, how yellow connects. But when it grows, whichever 2-5 it takes, it won't be 5. So it'll have to be 2, which means this is the 4 for the region. That's not a 4. That's not a 4. 2-5 pair place was a 4 there. 1s, 4s, and 6s are done. Let's just pencil these up. Oh, we know what this is. Oh, and we know it's not the 5 because there's a 5 in the row. That's silly. Okay, so this is our 5 and it has to be purple. Sorry, I know what this digit is too. This is a 3. And we get a 3 in the corner, and that has to be the blue region. Yellow takes this as a 2, as I said. That's a 5. We get 2 and 5 here. Let's finish blue region. Do we have all our borders? We do not. Let's draw these borders. All right, and our last digit is a 2. Nice. All right, I think this has been the most approachable one. So I probably should have started with this one, but I didn't realize. Yeah, this was neat. I enjoyed it a lot. There was some good chaos construction logic in here. I liked the logic of these having to be consecutive. That's a really nice thing to notice. I definitely still had the thing where I filled a digit on an arrow and forgot to follow up on it. It happens. But yeah, hope you enjoyed this. If you did, then why not leave a like, subscribe, and a kind comment below.